7:54, Big 550 KTRS. Larry Stenneback with First Rule joins us, our tech guru. Good morning, Larry.
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
All right, what are we doing today?
Hey, well, I got a couple stories for you I thought were interesting this week. The first two are actually somewhat related, and they're about the video game industry.
All right.
The video game industry has been growing by leaps and bounds every year, and it was just announced that in 2016, $30.4 billion of gross revenue to the video game industry. And to put that in perspective, United States gross ticket sales for movies, $11 billion last year.
So the gaming industry is twice as big as the movie industry?
It's not exactly an apples to apples, but it's getting that way. It's a matter of, I think the video game quality has gotten so good, the writing is so good, the storytelling, the graphics are so real that essentially it's become you'd like to play a movie, interact with your own movie versus watching a static movie, and I think it's a little bit more compelling.
That's a lot of Candy Crushes, isn't it?
That's and that's the casual point of the market's a big aspect of this as well.
Right.
And it kind of leads directly into our second story, which is this week the Big Ten Network, college network, added League of Legends esports to their tournament lineup.
What does that mean?
Right along football and basketball and everything else. So the esports scene, so playing video games competitively, teams competing against each other in certain games that are very esports minded.
Right. So like Madden football or something.
That sort of idea. One of the biggest ones is called League of Legends. And it's a competitive 5v5 team game. And it's been played for a long time now in the esports arena, but it's gotten so popular that I've even seen it on ESPN recently, and ESPN's dabbling on airing more esports.
So you're telling me is they have a tournament of video game players, and that the Big Ten Network is going to air the tournament so we can watch other people play video games?
Correct. Not only that, but they are promoting it amongst all the colleges, being Big Ten. So teams and these are team games from Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Maryland University, Michigan State, Northwestern, Ohio State, Purdue.
These are
all the Big Ten schools.
They are having teams participate in this, and their people are getting $5,000 scholarships as well to kind of celebrate it. And all of this action kicks off January 30th, so soon.
Sure.
And you can watch it online
the nice thing about cable and satellite is that even if you don't watch it, you're paying for it because you're paying for the Big Ten Network even if you don't watch it.
And let me tell you, I know it might seem weird to those listening and those that haven't seen it.
I was going to say how
watching a video game, but these video games that are made for esports are really designed to be watched. They're designed to be competitive, and the skill cap is incredibly high. So that, if you or I played it, it's just if like you and I went to an NFL game and tried to go against, an NFL team. It doesn't work well.
All right.
But it's incredibly interesting to watch. You get a lot of intensity. And these stadiums that they fill up live, even with people watching the live events.
Big Ten.
I went to one in Seattle.
Of course you did.
I mean, there was 10,000 people in the stands watching. This. It's incredible stuff.
Unbelievable. All right, quickly, what's the last one you got
Last one is kind of a crazy tech story. For about a year now, the United States military has been working on speeder bikes, like the hover bikes from Star Wars. And essentially, it uses similar sort of drone technology that you might have with the big fans.
Right.
But it's meant to actually have either be unmanned or actually have a person on it and fly it to and from the battlefield. And they announced this about a year ago. The Army Research Lab working with Malloy Aeronautics over in the UK. But the interesting thing about this last week is that the Army's testing grounds and proving grounds, they tested it with completely untethered, with a new engine that allows it to potentially carry 800 pounds payload capacity, go over 60 miles an hour, and have a 120-mile range.
Sounds like looks like the Green Goblet from the first Spider-Man.
It kind of does. That's a good observation. But they're looking for it to carry things to and from the front lines quickly. It can go over fences. It's literally just like a speeder bike from Star Wars, but it's in real life.
Man.
Neat stuff, right?
I love your segments.
It really scares you. Larry Stenneback with First Rule with the latest in how we're all going to be put out of business. The video will be up on Twitter and on KTRS.com if you missed any of it. Larry, have a good week. Thanks.
You guys too.
8:58 KTRS. Tim Weiland.